What's up, cruisers? Today I want to tell you something I did last year for our cruise in April when we went on the Vista. It worked out really well. I'm going to do it again. So I'm kind of OCD about paperwork when it comes to traveling. Last year I made copies of our passports. I made 3 copies actually. I put one in my check bag, one in my carry-on bag, and I gave a copy to my parents. And that way if something were to happen to all those copies and my original passport, they had the information needed if it had to be faxed to an embassy somewhere, so that, you know, I did not want to get stuck in one of those countries. As much as I like those countries, I would like to come home. I also made copies of my driver's license, as many. I made 3, one for my check bag, one for my carry-on, and one for my parents. I also made copies of our travel insurance. I don't think I gave them a copy of that. I think I just gave them the passport and driver's license information, but I had copies of them. I put one in my check bag with other stuff. I also made copies of all of our excursion paperwork, and forgot to take one along. But I made copies of our excursion paperwork. So make copies of everything. Copy a couple times your passport, copy your photo ID, your driver's license, just so you have it. Again, make copies of your confirmation. Like if you book an excursion online, make a copy of that. If you purchase Faster to the Fun, or you purchase a onboard credit to use on the ship, make copies of that confirmation, because I was just watching another YouTuber who said that they got there and they didn't show record of their onboard credit that they pre-purchased. So they had the paperwork there to prove that they had it and that the order was complete. So make copies of everything. I found these little, it'll hold an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. Everything fits right in there. It zips shut. It's not waterproof, but if by any chance your luggage does get damp or something like that, it's not going to get super waterlogged or anything. It's water resistant. I guess it's not waterproof. But make copies of your shore excursions, the confirmations that you've gotten. Make copies of anything that you've pre-purchased on the ship and you get a receipt in your email when you purchase it through carnival.com. Make copies of that. Make copies of your passport. Make copies of your driver's license. Make copies of your trip insurance so you have it. When you print off your trip insurance, it will print off little like insurance cards type thing, and it'll also print off little luggage tags also that you can put with your luggage. So make sure you have copies of all that stuff. You can never be too sure. I'm a single mom. I was taking my 11-year-old son. According to Carnival's stipulations, that I needed to have his father's permission to disembark the ship in Mexico. I didn't actually need that, but I had it just in case. I also had copies of my divorce certificate. I'm not sure why I took that, but I took it anyway just in case I needed it, to prove that we were divorced and that his father's not deceased or anything like that. So I had copies of everything. Like I said, I'm kind of OCD about the paperwork. So I had copies of everything. But yes, make sure you make copies of everything, especially the important paperwork, the passports, the driver's license, the shore excursions. If you've paid a deposit on a shore excursion, I know some of the ones that I did last year, I paid part of it online and I got an email with the confirmation. I printed that off and then I paid the balance when I got there. Make sure you do print off all those copies. Take them with you. They're not that hard to carry along. When you're done for the day, you can throw that paperwork away. The excursion stuff, you can throw that stuff away. You don't need it. So make sure you have copies of everything. Make sure your driver's license is up to date. Do not travel with an expired driver's license. That is not going to work. Same way with a passport. Make sure your passport is going to be good for at least 6 months after you return, or they're not going to let you use it. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments down below. Jump over to mydreamboatvacation.com for group information. And subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for those who do. Hit the little bell so you get notifications saying that there's a new video out. And I hope you have a great day.